Hey everyone, how are y'all? Hey, y'all don't forget to hit the thumbs up and put your chat on live chat, please. Sally Mae, how are you tonight? Betty Joe, how are you? I know, Sally, I'm sorry. They need to they need to get that shit straightened out for you. Christine, I am worried about her too. Hey Tiff. Like the sheriff's department is just I don't know, man. They need to get their stuff together. Betty Joe, how are you?
Good.
Still not feeling good, huh?
I'm feeling okay. It's just my voice
Well, that sucks.
and my ears.
Oh Lord. Just on, how are you? Hey Courtney, how are you? I literally have 10 million things going on behind the scenes, y'all. I'm trying to get everything done before I get into this. See, when did they find the glove and the DNA in the house? Tiff, that is what I'm trying to find out. Uh, I did find the Reuters article where they're the ones that are saying this. Brian Inton is saying that that's where it's coming from. I'm doing several things at one time, but also trying to read the article. But there's a whole I don't know what's up with the sheriff's department and blocking the FBI from evidence, and instead of letting the FBI send it to their lab, um, the local authorities want to send it to a lab in Florida. Well, why not just let the FBI do it? Why not let them send it to their lab? That would make the most sense.
Because the sheriff's in on.
He's the sheriff is. I told y'all from the very beginning, the very first presser that they
In on
did, that there was something up with that dude. I didn't like him.
I believe he's in on it.
I don't know if he's in on it or not. I just think he's very much overwhelmed, and he doesn't know how to handle all of the press and their questions, and the press camping outside of Nancy's house and then over at Annie's house, and there's um, different YouTubers and content creators coming into town for this. Uh, on top of people uh, questioning every little thing, but that's what journalists and social media people do. We question every little thing, and I don't think he likes that. I just on. I know exactly what you mean about your eyes falling out your head. This is crazy. I've been here since day one, and I'm still behind on everything that's going on. See, they had a white tent up today. So yes, they did have a white tent up today, and what they did is they needed to create a nighttime scene to make it dark like it was at the time that this guy was at the front door where the camera was. Um, so they could try to get a visual because they were trying to get a description of the guy. And so they needed to have their own camera and have this camera positioned to where the doorbell camera was at with someone in the same type of clothing and backpack that he had on to try to estimate his height to figure out what type of clothes it was. They were able to figure out the type of backpack that it was. They were able to come up with a description as far as like height and build and stuff like that. So they were. That's what the white tent was up for. Okay. Just give me a second, y'all. I'm trying to answer people back and everything. So much no, we are not worried about that. And we are not worried about this. There has been, and this is another thing. Was it yesterday? The pizza delivery guy walks onto the property, and the cop is sitting right there in front of the house in his truck. Uh, Pizza delivery guy walks all the way up to Nancy's front door, knocks on the door to deliver these pizzas. Come to find out, it might have been day before yesterday, but come to find out, it was actually someone from out of state that had ordered the pizza for one of the streamers that was outside the house. But the cop was sitting right there. Let him just, hey Gigi, how are you? Just let this guy walk on the property. Didn't even know he was there. Dude parked right in front of the cop's truck on the side of the road. Then today, there was a lady who just walks up on the property again with her dog. Cop gets out to talk to her. Um, she turns around to walk back down the driveway. She's mad at everybody because all the cameras are pointing at her, screaming at everybody that's out there. She's going to sue them. She's got the money to do it. Uh, Amazon delivery guy shows up today, walks right onto the property. Cop gets out, goes and gets the package that was delivered. The delivery guy was asked, was that for Nancy? Was that a package for Nancy? And the delivery guy's like, yeah, it was addressed to her, which seems kind of odd because usually, even for where I live at, Amazon doesn't take 12 days to deliver something. So if she would have ordered this, let's say Friday or Saturday, it should have already been there. But just the fact that people are able to walk onto the property when the whole property should be taped off. It's what's crazy to me. Why are they not taping the property off and keeping people away from it? Gigi, yes, ma'am, I am doing good. Did you hear about the money? Christine, what are you talking about? The new note that was sent to Tim yesterday? Someone saying that they had information about who the person is that took Nancy, but they wanted one Bitcoin, which yesterday was worth $66,000. Um, I did hear about that. TMZ has been keeping up with that account to see if there's been anything that's been put into it, and it hadn't been. So they ended up getting another note today that was like, I need this money in order to give this information because I need to be able to lay low for a while and not because out of fear of retaliation, basically.
They also put $100,000 reward out.
Yes, they upped the $50,000 reward up to 100,000, which should have been done way before now. Brian Inton said JLR ordered it. No, JLR. Wait, Sally, he ordered what? Because the pizza that I was talking about was for him, but it was ordered from a lady out of state. If that's what you're talking about. Could be a regular subscription for something that tip. That is true. I didn't even think about that. The money for the award, yes, Christine. Yeah, it went up to 100,000. So Sally, Brian actually said that
Ryan said what?
that he thinks that JLR ordered it. Ordered wait, the pizza or the ordered what? I gotta get back over here. Okay.
What did you hear, Sally?
Oh no. Okay, so he did not. JLR did not order the pizza. I was watching the live when
Uh,
it happened. There was a
It's
lady from Oregon that, uh, in his chat, said that she
yeah,
had ordered it for him. She ordered three different pizzas in one
yeah,
order.
subscribers that ordered.
Yeah, there was a subscriber that had
Yeah.
ordered it for him. Uh, Courtney did it. What? Wait, what did Courtney do?
Y'all
I'm.
are confusing me.
Yeah, me too.
I'm
See,
already confused.
Courtney said I'm still waiting for an Amazon package from weeks ago. Usually they're pretty quick around here, even though I live in the middle of nowhere. Courtney, really? Okay, so they are saying that the guy that was on the ring camera that morning, and they've also kind of changed the timeline just a little bit. And I'll actually have to pull the timeline up to make sure I'm telling the right time. Hold on, I gotta find my description of the guy. But they're saying that he is approximately 5'9" to 5'10" tall. He has an average build. In the video, they are saying that he is wearing a black 25-liter Ozark Trail hiker pack backpack. So they were able to determine that from the today this morning when they put the tent up. And then like after they took the tent down and left, then that information came out. And I don't know why this wasn't done when the videos and the pictures were put out, but now the guy in the video in the mask and the gloves at Nancy's front door has now been named a suspect. I think that
Well,
was I think that was pretty obvious when they released the videos and the photos of this guy. Why not just go ahead then and name him as a suspect?
exactly, but they don't even know who it is.
No, but either way, he's still a suspect, even
Yeah.
though they don't know him. But then there's this other video that has came out. Let's see, it's a bad sign when Walmart is brought into a case. Well, I mean, Tiff, you know that they have went to Walmart and anywhere else is going to sell this backpack and start looking for dates and times of who bought it, and then go to the surveillance footage for that date and time to try to get a face for it for the person who bought it. And they're saying that their Sheriff Nanos has said that there will be other people detained. So the guy that they detained the other night took him in, questioned him, and then let him go a few hours later. After they went in, tore his house up. I've heard that his what was it, his garage door and the front door or something like that all got tore up. Uh, and then they ended up letting him go. He's saying he had nothing to do with it, but that was on a court order. So what evidence did they present to a judge in order to get a court order to take this guy in and detain him? There had to be some type of evidence. And if they're talking about detaining other people, they've got to have something to go detain these people on. Uh, I decided I'll do my pre-crime shopping at Goodwill.
That's why they should let the FBI handle it.
Exactly. But instead, what it seems like that this is a pissing contest between the local sheriff's department and the FBI, and the FBI is there to help. The sheriff's department needs to let them help any which way that they can. They have more manpower, they have more resources, they have better equipment, they have all of that. Why not let them help? Why are you going in and getting evidence out of a house that is a crime scene and then sending it to a lab without letting FBI have, like, deal with it? That it just completely blocking them from that. And the sheriff's excuse is, well, I wanted all going to one lab. Well, what do you think the
It
FBI is going to do?
doesn't matter what lab you want it to go to. The FBI has better equipment to
Exactly.
test everything.
Hmm.
Don't send it to Florida. Florida will fuck it up. Then there goes your evidence. And
Yep.
then it takes too long.
Yeah. Where the FBI could just send it to theirs at Quantico and be like, look, do what you got to do, but we're kind of in a hurry to get back. If there's any DNA, who it could belong to. They have that ability to do that, and that's what needs to be done. The whole case, I don't know. There's just the case is weird. Like I've said it 1,000 times. There's too many twists and turns in it. One minute they're at Nancy's house, the next minute they're at Annie's house, and they're basically bomb rushing Annie's neighborhood and just searching everywhere and all the where each wash is and looking for evidence and uh, going to the neighbors asking for camera footage. And it's another thing. Now, hey Joe, how are you? Something is very wrong when a crime scene isn't condoned, taped off. Yes, that Joe, that's what I was saying earlier. Why is the house just open for people to just walk up on it? The cop was sitting in front of the house yesterday, out on the side of the road, but in front of the house. Pizza dude pulls right up in front of the cop and parks and gets out and walks to the house. The cop never even knew he was there until he come back down the driveway. So what the hell was the cop doing sitting in his truck? Not paying. I mean, he wasn't paying attention. So what was he doing?
Sleeping?
Probably on his phone, not paying attention to what's going on. Um, shit, I was going somewhere with what I was saying a second ago. Now I done forgot what I was saying. Hey, Christy. Hold on now. I just completely forgot what I was. Oh, I know what it was. Uh, they are now asking for footage from the area where Nancy lives at. Hold on, that's not the right. I've got two different places wrote down.
Don't go get it themselves.
Well, they're wanting like the neighbors. There's between. I know it's January the 1st.
So they
Like
can knock
there's.
on the door and get it.
We're talking about them. And the feds not cooperating. Yeah, Joe, but there was somewhere else I was going with it because there's new footage that the law enforcement is asking for from the neighbors around Nancy, and it's from January the 1st. Like they're asking for a whole month, but specifically January the 11th between 9:30 a.m. No, I'm sorry, January 31st between 9:30 a.m. and 11 a.m. They're saying that there was a suspicious vehicle on one of the streets there, and they're wanting video footage from the neighbors to see if they can track this vehicle, get a better description, maybe try to see a license plate. Apparently, there's a car somewhere in the mix that was hiding its plates, had its plates covered up. I did hear the sheriff say that the other day, but they're wanting also from January the 1st all the way to February the 1st. They're wanting people to send in all of that as well that they can find.
I guess they better start knocking on some doors.
I mean, yeah, I mean, that's a lot of video footage from people around there. See if law enforcement's asking for it. Well, we done lost Betty Joe, y'all. Okay, maybe that's to pinpoint a vehicle or person to match with a night departure route. I don't know. You're right. It's very very sloppy. Crazy how sloppy it is. Okay, hold on, Betty Joe, and I'll send the I'll post the link. All right. Once I get Betty Joe back up here, I do have there's a video I'm gonna show Brian Hinton. Hold, Betty Joe, hold on just 1 second. Okay, see that was okay. Yeah, the one that was sent through the app is what law enforcement is saying that they did not send. That if anything comes from them, it would come from Pima County on Twitter or X with it, and it would have the blue check mark. Okay, you back?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know what I did. I hit something to knock myself off.
Well, I mean, it's never alive officially until somebody gets knocked off the panel. You know.
Here.
Hi, Bubbles.
She wanted to say hello, and I told her she had to wait because I knocked myself off.
Okay, so we have
I
talked.
said,
I mean,
hello, hello. I said, baby, I'm not on there. I knocked myself off.
poor thing. Uh, okay, hold on, y'all. I'm going through my notes, trying to mark off what I've already talked about, just so I don't talk about it again. Christy, how are you?
I'm good.
You're
Uh,
better than I am.
okay, y'all just bear with me 1 second. I'm going through notes real quick. Okay, so we talked about TMZ. The whole Bitcoin thing, though, that's what's crazy. But at this, I kind of get like if this person does have actual information on the person who took Nancy, and they're wanting it through Bitcoin instead of just getting the reward money, which is now, at the time that they were asking for it, it was $50,000.
Yeah, but if they go through Bitcoin, they're gonna trace them. They're gonna know who it is.
Yeah, it can be traced, but here's the thing though: if they give actual information, then it's not a crime. But if it
No,
turns, but if it's not actual information that can help them find her, then it is. If it's another hoax.
right. But
But
what I'm saying is, even though even if they have factual information, they can still be charged with possibly helping because they want Bitcoin instead of, you know what I mean?
hmm
It's hard to explain.
well, but see, the thing with them asking for Bitcoin, we've seen it several different cases where there is a reward for information. somebody gives the information that should get the reward, and there's always an issue with it, and they never get the reward.
Yeah, I know.
So I can see their point in asking for it if that is the reason why they're claiming they're asking for the money because they need it in order to lay low because they're in fear of retaliation. Um,
Even my thing is, why are you in fear of retaliation when you ain't even said anything yet?
because if they do have information, my thought is going to two different types of people. And I put those two types of people in my Discord earlier when we were
Yeah,
talking about it.
I see
uh,
that.
those two different types of people, if you rat them out, they're going to come after you.
They're
That
gonna come after you no matter what.
so, but 60 one Bitcoin. Hold on, let me look it up quick because earlier today it was only at 65,000. Hold on.
I mean, they're gonna come after you no matter what.
Right, but
If you give information on where she's at or who's got her or whatever, you might as well count your blessings because you're gone. Because with that, there's no laying low.
that is true. And right now, Bitcoin is back up to $66,000. So earlier today it was at 65. So
So
if like I said, I'm thinking two different sets of people that uh, if this person does have this information and they come in and they tell it, with the people who have her, would they know that that's the person that's telling the information? That's another thing to think about.
it's a big possibility.
Hey, big dog, how are you? Okay, so Christy, I know you haven't been able to keep up with this case the way we have, but what are your thoughts on it?
It's wild to me. Like, where is she? It don't make no sense.
You're right.
At this point, she could honestly be anywhere. And apparently, with one of the ransom notes, first or second one that came out, I can't remember which one it was, but said that once the ransom was paid, that she would be returned within 12 hours. Well, that makes me think that she's 12 hours away from Tucson, or possibly 10 hours, but need a couple of hours to get everything situated to where they can drop her somewhere and be away from there by the end of the 12-hour mark.
And my 12 hours is, I think they said 12 hours, or otherwise they're gonna unalive her.
Yes, that was the thing. If once that I, the deadline, the first deadline was Thursday, and then if it's not received by Monday at 5 o'clock, then it's basically or else, and we know what or else means. Yeah, I'm
Has
so
there
behind.
been has there been any proof of life shown?
Nope,
No, none.
Do we
absolutely
think
not.
she's still alive?
We're hoping.
Oh, I mean,
Yeah,
everybody's
I hope
hoping.
so.
Uh, Savannah has said she thinks that she's still out there. She does have a pacemaker, so I'm wondering if her doctor is able to like monitor that. It's because I
Yeah.
don't know a whole lot about pacemakers. I know that there was someone in chat the other night that had said something about something that they have that the doctor can monitor. But I'm wondering about like I need to read up on that, but uh, maybe the doctor is able to monitor that and see that it's still working because it disconnected from her phone and her watch around 2 a.m. that morning. Doesn't mean that it stopped working, or that she passed, just that the connection between the pacemaker and the phone and the watch disconnected.
Right.
Let's see. 12 hours is far. I mean, it's a 2 to 3 hours from where I mean, 12 hours, she could be in Texas somewhere. I mean, 12 hours doesn't seem like a long ways away, but
Well,
if they
um,
put her on a plane and got her out by plane, 12 hours is a long way.
well, they wouldn't have got her out by plane in Arizona because the airport was shut down
In Arizona? When
for 10
she,
days.
when?
Uh,
Now, I know that they shut down El Paso the other day
I,
and was going to shut it down for 10 days, but they lifted that ban.
yeah, I don't know. I don't
Yeah,
know.
that was because cartel drones had flew over the border onto the U.S. side, and then the U.S. took care of it, and then they lifted the ban and opened the airspace back up around El Paso. That was it
I,
yesterday morning or day before yesterday?
I don't know. I heard somebody talking about airports.
Yeah, that was that they had closed the airspace around El Paso.
Well, there's also rumors going around that the kids, all three of the kids are involved and they know where she's at.
Yeah, I don't believe that
I don't either.
because it's very easy
I believe
to
one, but not all.
Savannah. It's very easy to see where Savannah was at. It's very easy to see where Cameron was at. I mean, neither one of them were even in the state. Uh, and then Annie and her husband. I really want to know the timeline on them too
Yeah, I don't know.
for that night
Uh,
because
So
there's first we've heard that they both dropped her off. Then, well, that the family dropped her off. And then Annie dropped her off. Then Tommaso dropped her off. Which one of the two of them dropped her off? Was it them together or was it one of them by themselves? Like that needs to be clarified and confirmed. Which one of the two, and whichever one it was, did they come straight back home? Like, where's that timeline?
I don't know. And then you got rumors going around it's the cartel. Then you got rumors going around it's got to do with the Epstein files because Savannah read them out.
See, that was my mind went there also because of her interviewing the victims. That it could have been somebody getting back at her for that.
They think it's a journalist, another journalist like her that has a grudge against her.
I did see that today too. That they were saying that it's a possibility a journalist from Tucson. That, but I mean, why now? If that's the case, why now?
Yeah, that's why I said they're rumors. I don't. It's so hard to believe anything now, right now,
Right. It,
because
it
you don't see her, you don't hear from her. You think they would put out a video of her saying, "Yes, I am okay," and "Yes, I am scared," but these are amateurs. They don't know what they're doing.
yeah, it's a whole big mess.
Then again, if you're that hard up for money, just rob a bank.
Yeah, because like, why an 84-year-old woman with a heart condition and mobility issues? Why her? Why anybody? Like, don't just go into someone's house and just take them in the middle of the night. But why this lady? Why this house?
That's what I'm saying. It's a little suspicious because her daughter interviewed the victims, some of the victims of the Epstein files, and now all of a sudden her mother's missing.
Right. I don't know. It's the whole thing's just crazy. Honestly, it is. And it's like each passing day that she's not found, it's just slimmer and slimmer chance of her being found and her being okay unless they have her medicine. Because I keep going back to the thought of she has to have her medicine every 24 hours or it could be fatal. And we're on day 12, going on day 13.
Yep.
So you have to have hope that these people knew of her health conditions, and if they're wanting to keep her alive, she has to have the medicine, so they got the medicine for her.
Yeah.
That's you kind of got to keep that hope in there as well. See, I'm watching chat from StreamYard and Kit drop links from here. Uh, Christy, I don't know if you can drop links. I don't know because I've never been on panel while being a mod in someone's chat. She agrees something's very wrong in the terms of the
That they
intent
go.
makes no sense in terms of possible reward. Yeah, Joe, nothing really in this case. The only actual facts that we know is that somebody went to her front door because we saw that on camera. We all know it's her front door. But someone in a mask with a backpack went to her front door, was messing with her camera, and that she was taken in the middle of the night. Well, technically, we don't even know if it was in the middle of the night because we haven't seen, and I'm talking about the public, I'm not talking about law enforcement. Uh, we haven't seen video of her even being taken out during the middle of the night, like they've said. We just know that she's missing. And that she is Savannah Guthrie's mom. Really, what other evidence do we, like, what else, other facts do we know that I'm not thinking about right now?
Hello, Christy.
Aww.
I'm wearing some bluey
Hey, Bubbles.
I'm wearing a bluey boots.
Oh, I love it.
She's got bluey cowboy boots.
Oh, cool.
I
Chrissy,
bet those are really pretty.
Whispering.
I almost kicked Chrissy from the Discord, dear Lord, um, from the panel trying to cut her down.
Am I loud?
Yeah, you were, but I got you cut down now.
Okay.
Okay, so Gigi, the two backpack thing. Um, there was a video that came out on. This is from the same night that Nancy went missing, February the 1st. Early that morning, 1:50 something, I believe it was on the surveillance camera. This guy is in these people's yard, and he is either trying to hide. He has two backpacks. He's either trying to hide one of the backpacks in the people's fence in their actual backyard, or he's trying to open the gate to get into their backyard. But now police are saying that dude right there has been cleared. Now it did happen 5 miles from Nancy's house, and at the time that dude was at those people's house, the other dude would have been at Nancy's house. Dude can't be at two places at one time, but that doesn't mean that he's automatically cleared from the situation, because how do we know that him and the guy that's at Nancy's house ain't working together? Like, did you take this guy's phone? Did you detain him and bring him in for questioning and get his phone and get all the data off of it and find out where he was at and track it? Like, did they do all that, or did they just like, oh no, this happened 5 miles away from Nancy's on the same night around the same time, but he ain't got nothing to do with it, so he's clear. But you go and you bust down this other dude's door and take him down in a traffic stop and tear his house all up, take him in and question him, and then you let him go a couple of hours later. Like, how you gonna clear somebody if you ain't even brought them in and found out any of their information? That's what I don't understand. Like, we have an 84-year-old elderly woman with a heart condition who is missing, and you're just clearing people like that? How? Look in Discord. Okay. Aw. That is just too cute.
They light up.
Oh, how cool.
When I stop.
Can you hear my water? Are you gonna let me choke to death?
Very sloppy detective work from day one. Joe, I agree. They shouldn't have never turned the house back over to the family Monday afternoon at 6 o'clock, and then have to turn right around and go back in there the next day. They should have just held it. The family wouldn't have cared if they held the house and kept it taped off. That way, nobody outside of law enforcement could have went to the house, walked up to it, walked on the property or anything. But that's exactly what they did. It's crazy.
Yes, it is.
I've just completely lost my train of thought.
This case will make you speechless.
Girl, look, I don't even sleep. Y'all know this. And
Yeah,
I have lost sleep because of this case.
yeah.
It's just I mean, we've seen it in other cases. The investigation is just wild. But in
They
a
don't
way
have it
though,
taped off, but they have security.
yeah, but it still needs to be taped off though,
I agree,
because
but they don't have it taped
obviously,
off.
you know, there's security I think over at Annie's house, but you have a deputy sitting in front of the house, and a pizza delivery person pulls up and parks right in front of you, gets out of his car right in front of you, and walks to this woman's house and knocks on her door right in front of you.
Yeah.
And you don't even know he's on the property until he's walking back to his car. How does that happen?
Yeah. Would have never happened if it was taped off.
Exactly. Because the pizza delivery dude was like, is this Nancy? Because they kept asking, journalist was like, do you know where you're at? And he was like, wait, is this the Nancy lady's house? And they're like, yeah. He acted like he had no idea that that's whose house it was. And maybe he didn't. Maybe he doesn't watch the news or social media and know that this was this lady's house. But the cop should have stopped it as soon as he pulled up and got out and started walking that way.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay. Yeah, I am. I've probably missed stuff in the chat. I'm sorry if I have. I'm looking at 3 different chats right now, trying to keep up with all 3 of them. And I was trying to. Oh God, I've completely lost what I was trying to say. Okay, let me get over here now. Oh, I know what I want to do. I want to play. That one's too long to play. That one's 29 minutes. We are going to play what Brian Enton had to say today. Make sure this is all right. Oh, and then I'm going to play the one for y'all where a former police officer calls out Sheriff Nanos.
That old guy?
Yes.
Yeah.
And he does it standing in front of the Pima County Sheriff's Department
Yes.
when he does it. But the thing is, he didn't lie in everything that he said. He kept it 100. So I'm gonna play Brian's stuff first, and then we will. Well, it's Cuomo's on News Nation, but he's talking to Brian, so I'm gonna play that first. Let me get it pulled up over here. And I've actually, you know what? I need to take down. I need to take this down, and I need to take. Y'all, give me a second. I need to save these links in Discord real quick,
Go ahead.
so I don't lose them. I've got so much pulled up here. Okay, Chrissy, you and Betty Joe watch the chat for me real quick while I'm doing this.
Okay.
Because I'm not looking at that right now.
I'm watching it.
Okay. Just let me know if anybody has a question or if someone new comes in.
Okay.
I think this is the last one. I just need to get all these down so the video will play. So they haven't entered. They have not entered. So we can exit off of X right now. Back to that. I literally had 22 tabs open on one screen.
What?
Jesus Christ. I told y'all I need another monitor, or two, or three.
Where's the pie?
You being loud.
This one is too long, and I'm not going to be able to
Nobody.
play that one. We're going to put it. And if y'all see the ones in Discord, y'all see all these nodos coming up. It's just me putting the stuff in there so I don't lose it. That's all it is. Okay. We're going to watch Brian Hinton first. Okay, Christy, you and Betty Joe, whenever I start playing this, just mute yourselves.
Already muted.
Okay, and then that
Me
way
too.
everybody can hear it. Now, when this starts playing, if y'all know, if you can't hear it, just let me know in the chat.
Let's go to Brian Hinton and get the latest information on new appeals from the authorities and some new stink, which I'll ask you to address first, that the locals aren't playing well with the feds, and that's what has been making this such a constipated process. What do we know?
Yeah, I've been hearing that narrative for days, Chris, from investigators here on the ground. Even today, I am told that investigators who are working the case, who are actively working the case, have no idea who is in charge. They don't know if the sheriff is in charge or if whether the FBI is in charge. And now this Reuters report just came out, and they are claiming that the local sheriff is withholding key evidence from the FBI, and that there was a glove that was found inside Nancy Guthrie's home that the FBI asked to test themselves. They wanted to send the glove to Quantico, and Reuters is reporting that instead the sheriff went behind their back and sent the glove to a private lab in Florida. So that is brand new. And again, the sense on the ground is that there has been issues between the sheriff and the FBI. Didn't call the FBI in earlier. This has been an ongoing issue. I want to give you the description again, though, because this is important and this is new. The description of the suspect, the Nancy Guthrie suspect, approximately 5'9" to 5'10" tall, with an average build. He's wearing a black 25-liter Ozark Trail Hiker pack backpack. And the hope is that someone will recognize some of this information, reward now up to $100,000. What's interesting also, Chris, is they have sent out a neighborhood alert through an app, the sheriff's office did, a 2-mile radius all around where I'm standing right now, outside Nancy's home, asking anyone with video going all the way back to January 1st, so long before Nancy went missing. They're asking for anyone with any video of anyone who looks suspicious, a suspicious vehicle, to send it into the sheriff's office. And that other video that you showed at the top from the same night Nancy went missing, about 5 miles away, the video of the other guy with the backpack. I've been skeptical of that video all along because it's around the same time that Nancy went missing. And it just, the fact that he could be there and then 5 miles away suddenly be here didn't make sense. NBC News now reporting, according to law enforcement sources they have, that video, that they've cleared that guy, that he's not a part of the equation anymore, Chris.
They got two things, and I appreciate that. Thank you for bringing us up to date on all of it. Two, one is they know what kind of backpack it is. And there are a million different types of backpacks. This one's fairly specific, so you know what they're doing. They're scrubbing sales of that backpack in that area and cross-referencing it in terms of when they were purchased. That's actually a more important piece of information than the layman would think. The second thing is his gait. The video when he is walking around and picking up that piece of brush, you get telltale signs of how this man moves, which people should review again. And see if there's anybody they meet. Not this part, but when he turns around now, I'm showing the video for them that you've seen a million times. When he turns around from there, right, he's awkwardly using his hand to block the camera. He doesn't know what he's doing. This guy's an ass clown, right? But when he walks away, he has, there's a familiarity to his gait that people should be aware of and watch. Brian, you're on it. Your reporting has been excellent. I'm following you on TikTok like I was a teenager. You're doing a great job, and you're giving people what they need to know, and you're keeping them engaged. Thank you for doing that, and thank you for doing it for the right reasons. I now want to bring in Andrew Black, former special agent in charge, right, what they call a SAC in the FBI, big shot at the Tucson office, and retired FBI special agent Jennifer Coffindaffer, and co-host of America's Most Wanted, Callahan Walsh. Cal, it's good to see you, bud. Thank you for coming in tonight. Appreciate it. Andrew, it's good to have you on the show. Jennifer, as always, I appreciate you. Anybody feel that I'm out of my depth when I say it is way too soon? Yeah, maybe the sheriff is messing with the FBI and they're having a power struggle. Fine. That's nothing new to any of us. But the idea that you look at this investigation and say, yeah, they screwed it up. Does anybody believe we're at that point?
No, I don't believe that at all. The sheriffs, I've worked with the deputies in the Pima County Sheriff's Office. At the ground level, the agents and those officers have an excellent relationship. If there's any disconnect, it's at the command level. The agents and the personnel for the FBI who work these cases and those from the Pima County Sheriffs, they're invested in these cases. Jen knows because she's worked these kidnappings also. You get invested, you pour your blood, your sweat into these cases, and you want more than anyone to get the victim home to their family. Nobody wants them back. Nobody wants Nancy back more than these officers on the ground.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our new.
Holy shit, that was loud. Okay, I still don't understand how they cleared the guy so quickly. He's, in my opinion, I think he should have been checked into because he could have had something to do with this other guy or other people. I still think there was more than one person at Nancy's house, but he could have had something to do with those.
I think the sheriff's department did screw up.
I've
think
said
the
it.
FBI should take it over.
I said it from the jump. There was something about the sheriff that I didn't like. I'm not saying that he's involved in it or anything like that. I don't know. He's very cocky and egotistical. That's what I'm getting. Okay, let me get back.
What I got out of him, that is very stupid. But that's my opinion.
Well, I mean, and everybody's entitled to their own opinion. And I've said many times I could be wrong about everything that I'm saying, and I'm only stating just my opinion on it. I think that the FBI should be lead on this.
I think if the FBI was lead on this, she'd have been found already.
Yeah.
Don't you want to come up here? Oh, good. He's being mean to me.
Who?
The baby.
Whatever. Did you See the interview with the guy that was below. See, I didn't catch it, but you see the interview with the guy that was below Nano's Brian. And no, Big Dog, I missed that one too.
Whoa. Missed what?
Brian Enton did an interview with the guy that's below Nano's, the
Oh,
sheriff.
yeah.
Tiff, yeah, I know that Ellie would have to ask them to take over, but that's the thing with the sheriff. I don't think he's going to allow that. He's not gonna ask them to.
Of course he ain't. Because he knows if he does, they're going to solve this. And he's going to look really, really dumb.
Well, I mean, he already looks really, really dumb, in
Well,
my
yeah.
opinion, of course.
But yeah, mine too. But that's exactly what he knows. If he lets them take this over, he's going to look really, really dumb. Worse than he already looks. He'd rather play with an 84-year-old woman's life than to hand this over to the FBI.
Mm-hmm.
And that's my opinion, and I hope he hears it. Because I got 2 words for him, and it ain't love you. Mommy went to bed, baby. If you take your boots and your pants off and get up here and lay down. Don't you me.
All right, y'all. I gotta get up early, so I'm gonna get off here. I just want to say hey to everybody, and I miss y'all. Love y'all.
Okay, well, we miss you and we love you too, and we're going to be praying for you. And when do you do your next thing? I know today was
It's
the first one.
it's every 3 weeks, so on the 5th will be my next one.
Okay. All right. Well, just take
Tell her,
care of your, keep your strength
baby.
up, and just know that we're all praying for you, and you've got this.
Tell Crystal good
Thank
night.
y'all. I love y'all so
All right.
much.
Love you too.
Love you too.
Have a good night.
All right. You too. Is there anyone that can roll him and give FBI? Somebody
Unmute
mentioned
now. I
today
can't hear you.
about. Oh shit. Okay, hold on. Y'all, hold on just a second.
Hello.
Hello?
Hello.
Hello?
Can anybody hear me?
Can I hear you?
Yeah, she can't hear us, but we can hear
Go put
bubbles
your
in the
socks in your
background.
dirty clothes.
Oh, but anyway, so just on someone had mentioned earlier about state police coming in, which they have not done, but they need to as well. Joe, I completely agree. It's crazy to me how soon they released it. All right, 1 second, Betty Joe. Oh, shit, wrong button. Joe, I agree. And I seen somebody. Where did that comment go? Who posted that? About we all know that the first 48 hours.
This is the most crucial.
Yes, just on posted that. Yeah, because once you get past that 48-hour mark, it goes. Not saying that the investigation itself goes downhill, but the chances get slimmer and slimmer.
I'm wondering if it's too long. If the FBI can take it over without Ellie saying anything.
I think Ellie would have the local Ellie would have to ask them to take it over. Which the thing is, though, he should be man enough. Sheriff Nano should be man enough to say, "Look, we need the FBI here. You guys are here. You have all the resources, more than what we have. I'm going to hand it over to you. Y'all are going to be the lead on this, and we're here to assist. You just let us know what you
Right,
need."
right. But what I'm saying is, I'm wondering because it's about to be 13 days. I'm wondering if it goes on any longer without permission from the LE or whoever, that they can just come in and say, look, this has been long enough and we're taking the case.
Yeah, that I'm not sure of. That would.
I'm,
I
won-
mean, I don't know.
I'm wondering if they would have to go to a judge or something.
I mean, well, I don't know. That is a good question.
Because, right now it's going to go on 13 days and this woman is probably barely hanging on because she's supposed to be on medication.
Hmm.
And this sheriff wants to play, oh, I'm Mr. Big Shot. No, you're
Well,
not. You're an idiot.
like I said, it's become a pissing contest. It's what it's.
Well, his pissing contest ain't working.
I was gonna say it was something else that I put earlier in Discord, but I can't say that on here. But uh, yeah,
You're,
you know,
you're playing with somebody's life, dude.
yeah. And
You,
see, like the other cases that we've done, for let's just say the Idaho 4 case, for example. We know that that whole investigation was uh, fucked up as well.
yeah,
Um, but that case and this case is both investigations are crazy. But with Idaho's, there was 4 victims that was from the very beginning had lost their life.
right.
Okay, where you have in this case, you have someone that was taken who could possibly still be alive, and the sheriff has the opportunity to do the right thing and make sure that everything is 100%. And he's just, in my opinion, I don't think he's doing that, and it's putting Nancy's life at stake. That's exactly what it's doing. He should just, like I said, man the fuck up and turn it over to the FBI.
Yep. Stop playing
Uh,
games.
okay, Joe says not only are they playing with hers, they're playing with the future crimes in the area. That is true, because people look at it and it's like, oh, you know what? I can go do this or I can do that, and the sheriff ain't gonna do nothing about it because look how he did with the Nancy Guthrie case.
Yep.
And there's been, so the video that came out the other night or the other day with the guy with the 2 backpacks, that's not
Uh,
the only one. That's not the only video of someone being in someone else's backyard that night that Nancy went missing. There was another video that came out of a younger guy that went into somebody else's backyard that had a backpack on, trying to get into their house and couldn't, and ended up leaving out of the backyard and going somewhere else. Same night,
yeah,
close to the same time and everything.
I think it was that old man that his daughter was talking about.
Oh, no, no, no. This is another one. The one that I'm talking about now came out after the video with the guy with the 2 backpacks. Hey, Dub. This was another one. Same night and everything. The one, there was one that came out of a guy that was taking his phone and going. It was like a little bitty apartment complex type
Uh,
area, and he was going behind these people's apartments and taking his phone and putting up at the window, like where he could see over like the curtains or whatever into the house, and would take a picture and then look on his phone to see if there, I guess, anybody in there or whatever he was doing. He was caught on camera walking around, and he had a shirt on that had oh, what do you call them, the reflectors or whatever on it, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
uh like oh, around here, like construction workers and stuff wear it. I don't know if that's what he was, but it was like a work shirt that had that reflective type material on it.
Yeah, the vest.
Yeah, no, it wasn't a vest, it was the actual shirt
Oh, yeah.
that, yeah, that had it on there. Okay, the crime was, but in my opinion, and the sheriff knows it too. The evidence he's holding, in my opinion. Dub, I remember you coming in here the other night and saying that. And it may eventually come out that that's what it was. Just share the one guy from January, I think around the 26th, that was on the ring. He came to the place twice. I guess you're okay. Thank you, Big Dog. I'll go check it out in just a second. Like the Idaho 4 all over again. There was very little crime if you never actually deal with any of it. Yeah, because Tiff, I mean, we know what they try to do in Idaho. It's a college town. They want to keep uh, as much as they can out of the news. So it makes their little town look like the perfect little college town.
Well,
Elsie, did I say hi to you earlier? I don't remember. If I don't take my medicine for 24 hours, I'll start seizing. There is no way the kidnapper was thoughtful enough to get her meds. Now, Elsie, her meds were left at her house. I'm just wondering if they knew ahead of time. Like, if this was a whole planned deal, did they know that part of her ahead of time? That she had this condition and she needed her medication, and instead of taking her medicine with them, they had the medicine on hand when this was done.
Let me get some rest. You let me get some rest.
you're being too loud.
Okay, hold on. Let me go to this way real quick.
Everybody on the live can hear you.
Oh, wait, where was it shared at? Oh, I'm in the wrong thing. Okay, hold on. Uh, Big Dog, it's the big. Oh, I can't play that video. I can't play it on here.
What is it?
It's by another YouTuber, and I don't have their permission to play it. So I don't know if you would. Uh,
Who's it from?
Nerdy.
Yeah, I wouldn't do it. He'll strike you.
Yeah. See, I could probably ask for permission, but that doesn't mean I would get the permission tonight. And I don't play other YouTubers' videos unless I have permission from them. But I can share it in the chat. I'll share it, but I'm not going to play it on here. Just out of respect uh,
Now,
for him and his channel.
JLR will let you because he told everybody to go ahead and stream his and share it. And
Yeah. Dub, that's like the $1,000,000 question. Honestly, I don't get why they're saying that there was DNA and a glove found inside of Nancy's house. Why not let the FBI send it to their lab and test it for DNA? Why send it to a lab in Florida? The sheriff is claiming that he wants all of evidence that is being sent off and tested for DNA to be sent to one lab. Well, if you send it to
Quantico,
it all goes to one lab.
yeah, it all goes to Quantico.
And it's the FBI is handling it. And if they need to put a rush on it, instead of waiting weeks and weeks and weeks to get it back, because this lady is, and Dyer needs to be found. Like it is a life or death situation for her. So why not let the FBI do it? It doesn't make any sense. Elsie, I know it's heartbreaking,
The
honestly.
only thing I can think of, when is re-election for sheriffs?
I don't know, but I can tell you, I don't think he's going to win it. Did y'all not see the clown video that I posted
Yeah,
in
I seen
Discord
it.
earlier, where the dude was dressed up as a clown standing on the street in Tucson and holding up a sign that says "Nanos from one clown to another, please resign."
Yeah, I seen it.
So this case and the way he's doing, on top of other cases that they have had, and people, excuse me, in the way he's handled those other cases, people in that county, I just don't think they're going to vote for him again. He has basically, in my opinion, once again, sealed his fate as a sheriff in Pima County.
You're right. His feelings is hurt.
Dub, yeah, his feelings are hurt, and it has become a pissing contest. That's
Yeah.
that's just that
He's
may be too
bargaining
graphic.
with a.
Exactly.
And if I was the children of that mother, I'd be
I would,
suing that sheriff.
yeah. If Nancy was my mama and this was going on, yes, I would be pissed if I was her child.
And I wouldn't be waiting to see if she's no longer alive or whatever. I would do it while this is going on.
What did the new
I'll read.
ransom note say? Okay, so Dub, are you talking about the one that TMZ got yesterday or the one that they got today?
Oh,
Because they have gotten two. One was yesterday morning. One of them on one day came in at like 5 o'clock, I think they said, and the other one was a little bit later in the day, but it was two different ones. See, I missed it. Is that in? Gigi, no, I had actually posted it. I got it off of X and posted it in my Discord. And just on, yes, it is. It was posted earlier today over there because I literally went in there and dropped the link and was like, "Who let the clown loose on the streets of Tucson?" I'll probably get a message on that one too, Betty Joe. But let me see actually if I can find it. I've posted so much in there today. Hold on. Let me, if I can find it, I'll post it in. Oh, Lord Jesus, that was a long name. Hold on. Let's see if we can find it real quick. Because I know it was posted, I think, right after I woke up this morning. Okay. It may take a second now because I have posted. Oh, shit, I didn't realize I put this much stuff in Discord today. Here. Here it is, right here. Let's grab this. Okay, I'll just pull it up here. That's what I'll do because it's an X. So I don't know if y'all can see that or not, but yep, that's what it says. Sheriff Nanos from one clown to another resign. So when you got the clowns coming out, y'all, like that should tell you something. Your mother was just abducted from her home, but there is no. I I don't understand that they're not taking the place off of those applications. Have they said what they want? Okay, so the one yesterday said that they had information, and the Bitcoin address is not the same as the original ransom note. It's a completely different one. But it said that they had information on who took Nancy and who was involved, but they wanted one Bitcoin, which is worth $66,000 for that information. They turned it over to uh, law enforcement. TMZ did. Then they got another note today, this morning, that said that they needed the money for this information because they needed to lay low in fear of retaliation. And that there was some other information that was in there, but TMZ said, or Harvey said, that he was not going to discuss that information and what else was said in there. But they're still wanting the one Bitcoin to give the information up. Yeah, if y'all hear noises in my background, don't pay attention. Okay, Betty Jo, can you still hear me? Because usually whenever uh
Yeah, I can hear you. I
okay,
was
I just wanted to make sure.
no, I was coughing.
Okay, so a different, so yeah, Dub, it's a different address and all of that. But TMZ said that they also have been watching that account to see if there's been any deposits made into it. Uh, but as of earlier today, when I had last watched what he had put out, there was no activity on it. Savannah should complain in a graceful way. I just on just being me. I don't know. Is there a graceful way to complain about something like a situation like this? I think if I had a different mama, I would be at the sheriff's department every day until they did something. So it's Curious Nanos won a second term in 2024, and it's a 4-year position. Okay, so he has until 2028. Honestly, Big Dog, I don't think he's going to win that election if he runs again. Just on, I saw where they had put out, but in all fairness, though, the pizza thing was not JLR's fault. We were all watching. Well, some of us were watching it. It was not his fault. He didn't even know the pizza was coming. The lady didn't even tell him that she had ordered the pizza until after the pizza was delivered. But I did see where there was a thing put out on Pima County on their X account that said, "Well, we hate that. It's crazy that we have to say this," or something like that. But for the journalist not to be ordering food and having it delivered out there to Nancy's house. But he didn't do it. The lady in his stream that was watching from Oregon is the one that ordered it.
Yeah, he never ordered.
No. Like I said, he didn't even know it was for him until the guy comes walking back down with the pizzas, and he just happened to be the first journalist right there at the end of the driveway waiting on the guy. And the guy pulled the paper out of his pizza bag and asked for Jonathan. That was what was said. I mean, it was right there on a stream as it happened. Let's see. I know the answer. Just pay me first. Joe, that's pretty much what they said. Like, I have the information. Nancy needs to be found. Uh, but I'm not going to give the information up in fear of retaliation until I get the money because I need to lay low. But like I said, I also kind of get the point of why they were asking for Bitcoin if they really do have information, because we've seen it in several cases where there's a reward offered. The Luigi Mangione case, for example, there was a reward for him. People from McDonald's calls the tip in. They come out and arrest him, and I don't think the person ever got the reward money because there was a big deal over it. He looked bad because this man wasn't paying attention. Just on right after the pizza guy left, like not long after the pizza guy left, another officer came out, uh, and that officer left. So I don't know if he got called in because he allowed the guy to go on the property, but it was the deputy's fault that was out there for the guy just walking up on the literally walking on the property, going up the walkway to the front door and knocking on the door.
It's their fault. They don't have
Yeah,
it taped off.
no, it's not taped off, and there was a cop sitting in the front, right on the road, right, like pizza dude pulls up nose to nose with his vehicle and gets out and walks up the driveway. Like the cop sitting right there. I don't know how he missed it. Obviously, he wasn't paying attention. The person called 911 instead of FBI tip line. That's the first FBI's excuse for not paying. Yeah, but tip though, I mean, would that really matter? Like, you see the guy that they're looking for who's been on the run for several days that murdered a man in front of several people on the New
That
York City street.
shouldn't matter
Uh,
who you.
right. It shouldn't really matter what number you call because are you going to take the time to go in and Google the FBI tip line number when the guy's sitting right there who is being accused of murdering someone in front of other people? I mean, that's crazy. That person who called it in should have got the money. That case was huge. It was national news. I'm pretty sure the person who was asking for the Bitcoin probably saw that happen among other cases where there was a reward and they didn't get paid for it. And did I? Oh shit! I gotta go back and look now. Did I drop that link to that video? I think I did. Okay, yes, I did. I just wanted to make sure. See, to be fair, though, the pizza guy wanders up to the house with lots of cameras. The lady with the dog should have knew better. Yeah, the Amazon driver, though, like he went up the driveway but went straight to where the cop was. Cop sees him coming, gets out of his vehicle, like he just goes up to him, hands it to him, and then he turns around and walks away. He probably should have stood at the end of the driveway, but where the cop was parked at, I don't know if the cop would have been able to see him or if they would have been able to get his attention to let him know that there was a delivery guy down there. The woman with the dog, though, she's in that neighborhood. She lives in that neighborhood. She should have knew better. And then the fact that she got mad when she turns around and there's about 100 cameras pointing at her, and she's like, "If you take my picture, I will sue you." What the fuck did you think was going to happen when you walked up the driveway with all the cameras pointing towards the house? They're going to get you on camera. Let's see. If you pay anyone without substance, it'll only about invite countless others. And Joe, that is true too. But in a situation like this, it kind of puts the family on the line of, this is my mama, do I pay or do I not pay? You know what I mean? If it was my mom, I'm gonna be honest, I wouldn't pay shit. But that's me. In their situation, what do they do? to look at one other thing real quick. Hold on just a second. I am I'm looking for something real quick. Seeing the wonders while we stay quiet. Wait. Oh, never mind, Sally. I see what you're talking about. Scarlett, it makes me so sad when you say that. Elsie, it's the truth, though, honestly. It's just, it's so much has happened in that situation that that's the reason why I am the way I am. Communication reply can determine legitimacy. But see, Joe, that's the thing, though. Savannah and them put a video out because the people that sent the first ransom notes, they didn't put a way to communicate for Savannah and them to communicate back with them. So they put the video out and was like, look, like, let us know how to get in touch with you. We'll pay. And there was nothing.
Yeah,
But they, so what did they do? Like, they're all they asked for was proof of life. That was it.
yeah,
Like, and the people, if they're asking for proof of life for their mama, and they're saying that they would pay, then these people should have sent another note or something with a way to show proof of life.
yeah.
And they couldn't even do that, but they wanted $6 million. Oh, damn. So their motive is to collect, yet they can't offer proof of life, can't provide a handshake, but nothing exactly. Yeah. I mean, they could have, the least they could have done was show proof of life. That
Yeah.
was the least they could have done. Because I think that if they would have showed that proof of life, that Savannah would have paid it in a heartbeat. Hold on, I'm still looking for something over here. What is? No, that's we don't want that. Not worried about a cyber. What are they talking about? What is it with the cyber truck driving past Lindsay's house? We don't care about that. Okay, so disturbing information unearthed about Pima County Sheriff Chris Nanos and his wife. It should concern every American following the investigation of the abduction of Nancy Guthrie. Let me see what this is before I finish reading those. Okay. Okay, I don't care what side of the aisle they're from. I don't know what this is. And I don't want to say it out loud before I look at it. I'll have to look at that later. Okay, so FBI believes that the glove has to be reanalyzed because Pima County sheriffs sent it to a private lab in Florida, which won't have access to CODIS. What the fuck? If that's true, why? Elsie, that could be. I mean, that's a possibility. I hope not. Like, even if she hasn't had her medicine this long, I hope that she is found alive and is okay and able to tell what happened. Uh, just the medicine thing, though, you know. Logo poof, it's my internet's fault. Okay, just on that's fine. Mine has actually been stable the last few days. See, it was two cases from 2025, just like this, but no ransom old ladies. Dub, where was that at? Home health workers. Oh. So, did they find them? Were they okay? No, I can't. I hate when I see something and then I don't grab a link for it, and then I can't find it later. Oh, that's 15 minutes. I can't. That's too damn long. Let me play this last video real quick, where the former police officer,
Ow.
because I haven't played that one yet either. Hold on, I gotta move something off of the screen. We need to go. How am I gonna do this? We need to go right here. Hold on. I gotta move. I swear before baby Jesus himself, y'all, I'm gonna order another monitor tomorrow. And a little adapter thingy to go with it. Oh, wait. Hold on. Bullshit. Because this is just nuts. Honestly. Okay. Let's go back over here where I can see. All right, Betty Joe. Whenever I get done playing this, if you can't hear me again, just go ahead and drop down. And when I see you drop down, I'll throw the link back out for you.
Okay.
Because I don't know why it's been doing that here lately, but it's every single time I share something. Okay.
So overnight, the sheriff's forensics teams in Tucson searching the side of the road near Nancy Guthrie's home. This is the very new stuff now. This, as sources confirm, the FBI is processing a set of gloves found about 1.5 miles from her house. Lieutenant Randy Sutton joins us now. He served 24 years with the Las Vegas Metropolitan PD. He joins us live outside the Pima County Sheriff's Office in Tucson. Randy, your take on what they're looking for that would prompt them to go there at night. What could you maybe infer from this?
Well, in a sense, it shows how desperate they are to literally turn over every stone on this investigation. They are looking for anything. And the reality is that this is very difficult terrain. When you're looking at the wide scope of this search, I mean, it encompasses miles and miles, and with the hope that they will be able to recover something that might have been discarded. Now, I caution about the enthusiasm that has arisen from the discovery of these gloves. Is it possible that they're involved? Sure, and they will diligently, the FBI will diligently examine those for DNA and any possibility. They'll be comparing the material from enhanced photographic images that they recover from the video. They'll do anything to either confirm that those possibly might be the gloves, or that this is a non-starter.
Right. Some people have said those gloves, the ones we saw in the video, that might be the ones we found on the ground. They found on the ground, are from the food service business. That might be somebody that works in some type of area where you need the thickness of those like thermal gloves. How do you feel about that?
Well, I personally believe that those gloves were easily found in any Home Depot or Lowe's, and they are used for plumbing work and things like that.
Okay.
And that there was a set of gloves underneath that. That's my belief.
That's why you would have the thicker gloves. So the sheriff hasn't spoken to us in a while. We get updates just by piecing together different reports and clues and trying to do our own sourcing. How do you think this is working with the FBI and sheriff, the coordination, the leadership? How is it viewed inside from your contacts?
Now, that's a great question, because this is something that's concerned me from the very beginning. Of course, following this case from the outset, beginning when the sheriff did give his press conferences, the way he gave these press conferences was startling. It was unprofessional. He seemed to be out of his depth, quite honestly. He gave information and he walked back information, and he said this, he said that. Clearly under his leadership, the scene was not secured properly. We are now understanding that the FBI wasn't called in until several days later, that the scene itself was compromised. This is bad leadership. And I can tell you this, that I've been on the ground here for like 10 days now. And I've got pretty good sources in the area when it comes down to how this sheriff is viewed. And he is viewed as a vindictive sheriff, that he has, in actuality, gotten rid of some of his most experienced people, including on the homicide team. The homicide team here is they don't get that much experience, because I think last year there were only 5 murders as opposed to Tucson, which had like 50. So to be a homicide detective requires a great deal of time and education, but experience. Well, he got rid of his most experienced because he had disciplinary problems or personal problems with them. Same thing with the pilot of the airplane that needed to be up immediately in the search and rescue. He got rid of the pilot and assigned it back to another assignment. He was their pilot. And in all reality, he is not viewed as an effective leader. He's viewed as a vindictive leader. And we're seeing that, I believe, because he hasn't given a press conference since all of the criticism that arose from his other press conferences. And this is bad leadership. The people have a right to have some transparency.
Yes.
Of course, you don't want to give up the leads or anything, but the people have a right to have some confidence in the law enforcement area here.
I keep going back to John Ramsey told me on Sunday, one of his big regrets was now pushing harder to get the FBI more involved early. He just acquiesced and said, do your thing. He says, and he really regrets not doing that. And we know the death of his daughter was in his own house. Lastly, if there was a Guthrie getaway vehicle, was it caught on a traffic camera anywhere after you saw the doorway video? Do you think, what would you be looking for there? Could that be possible?
Yeah, it is possible. And I think that's why they're looking at every single ounce of video that they can obtain from security cameras in convenience stores to the whatever is out there officially in the government, poll cams and things like that. So they're looking for anything that could possibly be have been utilized as a getaway vehicle. And I fully believe that it is out there. He didn't drag that woman out of there and carry her off to Neverland. There's a vehicle involved.
Right. The city of Tucson does not have cameras that record moving vehicles. So it's unfortunate. Some people might like that, but doesn't help here. Thanks so much. Appreciate it. Great job. I'm Steve Duke.
Okay, so they don't have cameras that record moving vehicles.
Can you hear me?
What the hell? Yes, I can. It actually worked that time. Okay, let me get... Well, damn, y'all, we lost her. Oh, she threw herself off again. Just on, yes. That's what it is. They don't want certain info out there, and gotcha. No. Courtney, I get not putting the information out to the public because they want to keep the integrity of the investigation. Oh, she couldn't hear me. I get that, but the whole FBI thing is what, and keeping them from certain evidence. That's what's crazy. Okay, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay, I could hear you a minute ago. I thought it was working fine.
I couldn't hear you.
I think Nanos is what I call the impossible person. Nanos just needs to be put in his place by somebody that ain't scared to put him in his place. But just like the whole pilot thing, what I had heard was that right after Nancy had went missing, they were going to go up in the air, and the pilot disagreed with Nanos on something, and so Nanos demoted him, basically, all over a disagreement. See, the handyman was a preacher too. Okay, wait, Deb, I gotta go back and look for your comments. Hold on just a second. Okay, so both ladies were found unalived. Oh, damn, Deb, I missed a bunch of your comments. "82-year-old Marcia Norman, her handyman." Oh, wow. And the fact that he was a preacher. It's crazy. Pull up Marcia Norman. Okay. Let's see what we get. Dub, what state was she from?
Who are we talking about?
He was talking about a lady or two women that were kind of the same circumstances what Nancy was, but it wasn't a ransom. But it turned out that they were both found unalived, and it was the handyman who done it.
Wow.
Was she from Washington?
That's crazy.
Okay, so oh, I spelled her name wrong. I spelled Marshall wrong. Okay. She was an 82-year-old woman from Washington State, was the victim of a murder. She was reported missing in early April 2025. Her remains were discovered buried under a shed in Olympia, Washington on April the 9th of 2025. The suspect, Jeffrey Ziz, a 47-year-old handyman and previously convicted. Ah, okay. So he was convicted of child SA. He was charged with first-degree murder, first-degree kidnapping, and unlawful disposal of human remains. Authorities confirmed her identity through an autopsy, which revealed that she died from combined blunt force and sharp force injuries to the head. He was arrested in Montana, extradited to Washington, and is currently held without bond. Wow. And see, that was another thing that came up. See, I didn't go live last night, so it must have been yesterday that it was said that all the people that Nancy hired to work in and around her house, because we had heard of like the housekeeper, the gardener, the pool guy. Uh, they had talked to all of them, but then they went back and took DNA from all of them. Well, what I don't understand is if you have someone who works for this lady, we're going to use Nancy's case. If you have these people who work in and around her house, they know her schedule, they know the layout of the house and the layout of the property. She's now missing, and you get these people in an interview. Why would you not take their DNA right then? That makes because they could have something to do with it. Go in for questioning. You're not arresting them at that point. Let them go, and they could bolt. And you don't even have their DNA to compare it to if there's DNA found in the house. So then you have to call them back in. Well, if you go to call them back in to get their DNA, you can't find them. She was a lot of area to keep up. Just Gigi, yeah. It's just I don't understand some of the shit that's went on in this case. It seems like that would have been the very first thing they got. The person is in and around your house, and now you're missing. We need your DNA. Police are stupid, to be fair. Not all of them, just a few idiots here and there. Big Dog, I agree. Joe, yeah, because I mean, like the pool guy and the gardener, there's no reason for his DNA really to be in the house, honestly, unless she allowed them to come in. But I don't think she would allow them to come in past a certain point in her house. So if she only let them, let's say, in the kitchen, then their DNA should only be found in the kitchen area, nowhere else in the house. And they haven't said, of course, what area the DNA was found.
Baby, you had your shoes on.
See, in her bedroom, there was a struggle. Yeah. Now, Dub, I did hear something about that. That's how they determined that she was basically taken out of her bed. But they didn't say exactly what had happened in there, and they really haven't said where the red fluid was at in the house. I mean, the only place that we know of is outside the front door. She transfer DNA through. DNA is also cool, but DNA can be bad as well. And see, that's what there was ladies, like 3 ladies that had. I think they said they were from Chandler today, and that they had come down to Tucson, basically just to kind of pay their respects. And I believe they put flowers out, and they were about to walk on the property, like walk up the driveway. I don't know why or what their intentions were, what they planned on going. I don't know, up to the house or to talk to the officers or whatever. And people were like, "You don't need to do that. Like, what if you drop a hair or something like that? Like, you don't just, I don't see how people are so clueless when it comes to something like this. It's crazy." Look in Discord. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna get back over to there.
They went to the Discovery place.
Oh, cool. Okay. Sally,
Her
yes.
mommy and daddy went
Aw.
because they don't let her go on a school trip by herself.
Yeah, I don't blame them. Sally, yes, Saint King must have fell asleep. I know she was really busy earlier today. Those are cute pics. Looks like she had fun.
Yeah, she said she had a blast.
Yeah, I had so much fun. I went to the tree and
How you gonna say something and then leave?
Because she's over there doing whatever it is that she's doing, but she's still all up in the conversation.
Yeah. Are you gonna tell them about the treehouse? Well, come over here. Pause it. Well, pause it and come tell them about the treehouse. All right, tell them about the treehouse. Good. Tell 'em.
it was a blast. I was scared to go down the stairs.
You were?
Uh-huh.
Aw. Why were you scared?
Well, why were you scared? Okay.
She just wanted us to know she had a blast. She didn't want us to know
Yeah.
any of the other details of it.
I
Let's.
didn't even tell me when she came home. She said I had a blast. I said okay.
Okay, so Dub is saying DNA in her bed, in my opinion. You know what? When this is all said and done, and this case is finally over with, it's Dub. It's going to be interesting to see the things that you are saying if they turn out to be true. And if they do turn out to be true, we'll have to come back and have a private conversation with you and find out why you thought all that, or how you knew all that, or what made you think that. I guess I should say.
Why are you meowing like a cat? Oh my god.
Marsha's case got me last year. I've never heard of that case though before, but I do need to write her name down because I will, forgot it. Deb, are you in Discord? You're not in my Discord, are you? Let me write her name down real quick. So, Deb, do you have Discord? Oh, wait. Is that my command? Y'all, it is sad that I don't even know my own commands.
That's okay.
Okay. All right, Deb, there's my name in Discord. If you decide to get it, send me a request on there. Some other thing real quick.
Friday the 13th.
Okay, so uh, tomorrow, so Friday. I don't know yet if I'm going to be live Friday night. Um, just because that's my dad's birthday, I'm probably going to be all up in my feelings all day that day. But if I do feel like it, or if something really, really big in Nancy's case happens, then I will do the live.
They're gonna
It.
find it tomorrow.
I mean, I wish they would. I wish that it would be breaking news right now that they have found her. If it broke right now that they found her, I would say I would continue going live if I had to be here all night. Um, but
Don't see nothing.
Friday's my hubby's birthday. Well, just Don, tell him that I said happy birthday. If my daddy was still alive, he would be turning 70. So I think it's just going to depend on how I feel tomorrow. I do need to go to the cemetery, which is usually really hard. Um, so we'll just see how I feel tomorrow night. So if I'm not here, y'all know why. And but for sure Saturday I will be here. And I might. I need to do a live on the other channel. I may do that Sunday night. We'll have to see. Let me see. Damn, Betty Joe, we've been here 2 hours.
Really? Yep.
Yeah. See, the 14th would be my grandma's birthday, Valentine's Day. Aw. It's crazy, y'all, that Valentine's Day is already here.
Yeah. It's crazy that this baby's gonna be 6.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. Her birthday's at the end of the month.
Mm-hmm.
Can I get another timer? Another timer.
Can you get out of my face, please, so you don't get this?
Hey, RJ, how are you? No one talks about Nancy's medication. Sadly, her survival rate without her heart blood pressure medicine is 24 hours. I believe it was left at the house when she was abducted. So, RJ, yes, I have actually mentioned that several times. I have a huge issue with that and the way the investigation is going because it is a life or death situation for her. I have wondered, and it has not ever been said, if maybe the people who took her knew of that condition and might have had medication ready for her wherever it was that they were going to take her to, or got her medication, because that came out in the very beginning. Like, she has to have the medication. If she goes without it for 24 hours, it could be fatal. That came straight out of Sheriff Nanos' mouth. So why is he doing what he's doing with this investigation and all that. Was it's like he's not, once again, in my opinion, taking this case serious, and it's just irritating the hell out of me because of the way he's doing it. He's always there for you. None of our loved ones truly. Joe, I fully believe that. I do. I would be flabbergasted if this was the case. I mean, Courtney, it's. I don't know how I feel about the ransom, whether it's legit or not. Only because, and y'all know, I try to look at everything from two different sides. If the ransom is legit and they want the money, then they're going to do what they need to do to keep her alive, right?
Yes.
So that's my thinking. I could be looking at this whole thing completely wrong, but that's my thinking of it. So if they need to keep her alive, and this was a planned thing, then they would have known her health conditions, especially if it's someone, let's just say, someone close to the family, or someone who works for her, or someone close to the people that work for her. They're already going to know that she has a heart condition and she has mobility problems. So it seems like if the ransom was legit and they wanted the money, then they're going to do what they need to do to keep her alive. That's how I'm looking at it. And so it's hard for me to say if it's legit or not, because like I said, I'm trying to look at it from two different sides. It could not be legit. It could just be some crazy ass person like the Derek dude from California who thought, hey, here's an opportunity for me to try to get money from the family. It very well could be that.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to think of it as a positive standpoint and not think about the fact that maybe she's already deceased because she didn't have her medicine. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm trying not to go there with my thoughts. You know, they just, my son and them is just up in the living room having a whole ass conversation up in there, knowing that I could hear them. Knowing that he shouldn't be talking that loud. See, I feel the ransom angle is fake. It could be, Dub. I could be completely wrong about the whole situation and the way I look at things. It's just that I'm trying to keep the positive vibe out there, if that makes sense. Let's see, how did he get the family's number? The goofy guy from. So Big Dog, that was also asked. I think it would be a lot easier to get Annie or Tommaso's number than it would be Savannah, and that's the reason why they didn't reach out to Savannah directly, because apparently this dude sent both of them a text message. Unless they just didn't dig deep enough into the situation and he actually knew them. But the dude he's out of jail. He went to court, I think it was today, and he's out $20,000 bond. That's what he walked on.
Who is?
The Derek dude that sent the text message to Annie and Tommaso wanting money. The imposter ransom dude. Yeah, they showed him today walking out of the courthouse in Pima County. Hold on just a second. Okay. Come in here, cutting my damn light off and on, trying to get my attention. Okay, so that's how they think. That's what's foreign to you because you ain't like that. Joe, that. I don't know if that could be it. Okay. And Big Dog, I don't know how they ruled him out. I don't know how they ruled the dude on with the 2 backpacks. I got to come up with a nickname for that guy.
Backpack guy.
Yeah, but I need a really good one. That way, whenever I say the nickname, everybody instantly thinks of the video of the dude with the 2 backpacks.
Oh.
Just because it's if I say the dude with the backpack, I could be talking about the suspect and get people confused.
Yeah.
But anyway, I don't understand how they ruled him out so quickly. Like, if I was the family, if I was the kids, I would want to know. And Savannah's an attorney. Like, she has a law degree. She knows stuff about true crime and all of this and that. I would want to know. Did you find him? Did you detain him? Did you question him? Did you get his cell phone data? Does he have an alibi? Did you check the alibi? Like, I would want to know all of that if I was them. How did you rule this guy out? How did you clear him? Just because he was 5 miles away around the same time that the other dude was at Nancy's house doesn't mean that he didn't have something to do with it. I mean, he just happened to be in somebody's backyard at the same time somebody was trying to get into Nancy's house, and now she's missing. Still could be connected at some point. See nothing on the school letter as well. Check KLD local station, but nothing. Yeah, I haven't heard anything else about the letter either, other than there was a letter found at the school. And didn't they do a hard lockdown of the school and move the kids somewhere else?
I think so.
But nothing else was said about it. It's like it hits media, and then 5 seconds later, that's it. That's all you hear of it. So I really think that they know, but they must have all of their T's crossed. I hope so. Okay, so okay, we will just start calling the guy 2-pack. Is that what y'all want to call him?
Yeah.
Okay, so whenever I call this, when I'm talking about this dude in this video that's got the 2 backpacks, and I say 2-pack, then y'all know who I'm talking about.
Yep.
It's just a lot easier to do it like that instead of trying to explain who it is I'm talking about. At least they not Moscow PD. Dub, honestly, I mean, if you put Moscow and you put Pima County in the same bag and shook them up, I don't know which one's worse. Honestly.
They'd come out the same.
Exactly. I mean, I get 2 different agencies, 2 different cases, but it's still an investigation that needs to be taken seriously. Wait until we get into 3-pack and 4-pack. We'll just have to come up with some other nicknames then. Honestly, I'm running out of nicknames for people. I also feel a certain couple have eyes on them at all times, just my opinion. Wait, just on. A certain couple? Who are we talking about? Let me get. Oh, yeah, never mind. I ain't gonna say nothing because I'm definitely ordering another monitor tomorrow. I'll put it that way. Let's see. Well, T. Oh, tomorrow. Okay, yeah, tomorrow. All right. I get what you're saying now, just on. Okay, so I guess I need to get out of here for the night. Like I said, I don't know what I'm gonna do tomorrow night just yet. I'm just play it by ear and see how I feel tomorrow night. I'll definitely be keeping up with what's going on in the case. I will be in and out of Discord. Um, I do need to run to the cemetery for a little bit. Uh, so we'll see how I feel tomorrow or tomorrow night. But if I'm not here Friday night, y'all know why. I will be back Saturday, and we'll do like a Valentine's live or something like that. If there's nothing that's really happened in the case or nothing new has come up, we'll just do something like that instead of it being like a true crime night. Because I think we all do kind of need a break from it anyway, just for a few hours.
Okay, dokie.
All right, so I'm about to get out of here. I'm gonna go jump
All
in
right.
the shower and then try to get some sleep.
I'm gonna jump down.
Okay, well, thank you for coming up. I hope your voice gets better.
Yeah, me too. Sorry about it. Going
No,
in and out.
no, you're good.
All right. I'll
All
talk to
right.
y'all later. Good
Okay,
night.
have a good night. Gigi, I love you too, honey. Just on, I know. I'm so used to not sleeping though. That's what's crazy. But I do need to try to get some sleep. So, all right. Well, I'm about to get out of here, y'all. If y'all have not done so, please hit the thumbs up on your way out. Um, Big Dog, have a good night. For the new people who were in here tonight, thank y'all for stopping by and hanging out with us. Please come back. It was nice to have y'all join us. Hold on, y'all. Let me make sure I'm getting right before I log off that there's nothing else. I don't see anything else. Okay. Um, but I do love you all. Thank y'all all so much for coming and hanging out. It was a blast. Just keep a watch out for tomorrow night, and I will talk to all of y'all later.